What's up? It's me, my little panda. How are you? I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. I've been writing a bunch of notes, so my hand hurts. Forgive me. This is video 2 in my new Reddit series as an OnlyFans creator. I'm excited. We've got a really specific topic today. So we're talking about one thing, 2 points. Let's do it, baby. All right, we're gonna talk about how to find subreddits for you to post in or promote in. We're gonna be talking about evaluating a potential subreddit and picking them, and then also how to search for new subreddits. Before we get into that, I just have this to say. If you like my videos and find them helpful, and you haven't yet been verified on OnlyFans, I hope you'll consider going through my referral link when you sign up. I've created a referral package with detailed guidance covering everything from promo to content creation to dealing with some of the more technical parts of the job, like finances, taxes, organization, etc. I have also created a few video tutorials for some of the more clunky areas of the OnlyFans website and other platforms that can be unbelievably frustrating the first time through. Most importantly, I will be a constant resource for you to ask questions, share ideas, or just to vent. Helping me out with this doesn't take a dime from your earnings. You would only be allowing me to take a portion of the 20% that OnlyFans already takes out for themselves. Better me than them. I will share the link along with all my others in the description, and I would love to hear from you. Okay, so let's get into evaluating a potential subreddit. You want to ask yourself a question, obviously. What kind of subreddit do you want to post in? My 2 things at this point with all of my experimentation with Reddit are: what kind of size of subreddit are you going to go for, and what kind of niche are you going to go for? And I think size needs to come first because it's a really quick, fast judgment you can make on a sub while you're just searching. In any search results you have from typing in like a keyword, which we'll get to later. You want to evaluate the size. Then once you click into it, you can read more about the subreddit, its culture, and the niche that it supports, I guess, the niche that it is. Size. When I first started promoting on Reddit, I went for big subreddits. 500,000 members, 750K, over 1 million. That's where I started, and I didn't do very good. I didn't fit in with the girls in that subreddit. And so not only were not a lot of people looking at me, but you just kind of get swept away. So I wasn't necessarily appealing for them to look at. Can't wait to see if anyone comments in the comments section below on that. But we have to make light, right? So I would get passed up and not looked at because I looked different from the 10 girls before me and the 10 girls after me. Those subs are full of like very stereotypically like pretty girls that fall into kind of the same mold. So if you stand out in any way, it's just kind of a natural like jerk impulse for guys to pass you, right? You're not going to be the one catching their eye. You're going to look a little weird, or your post is going to throw them off and they're not going to even like really digest it. So I was struggling on Reddit and like trying to find people that would actually be interested in me. So, sorry, I have like so many notes. I told you I took notes. I like colored pens, by the way. Lime green today. So you want to think about subreddits and their size, and that if you're thinking about those really, really big subreddits that I was talking about, the girls at the top of those that are getting like 500, over 1,000 upvotes on those subs are also people who have really deep history on Reddit as well. So they're generally going to be very, very big creators that get pushed to the top that have like 200,000 karma. Like I've seen people with 1 or 2 million karma. You can't really compete with that. So I've told you in other videos, your goal is to get to the top of the hot page of subreddit. That's what you want. That's when you get every single person's eye on you who clicks on that subreddit to go and flip through. Every single time. You can't beat that. And you also can't attain that, typically, when you're a newer creator. So it's like kind of get swept up, hope for the best, put in all this work and see what comes of it. But ever since I switched to smaller, more niche focused subreddits, I am at the top of those subs a lot more. People are more engaging on those subreddits. They get to know you more, so they feel a connection with you more quickly and more easily than they would with those subreddits that are larger, less personal, and less specific. So you actually have a higher chance of converting people who like you on Reddit into paying fans on your OnlyFans. And it makes sense, right? It's just like you kind of like sit down and you think it through, like you rationalize it. And that really makes sense to me. I said it before and I'll say it again. I can get 16 upvotes on a subreddit of 40,000 people and I'll get new fans from that. I'll get 75 upvotes in like 150K subreddit or 200K subreddit, whatever it is, you know, kind of like that next step up. And I won't get one. Like, where's the value in that? I'm not saying don't post in more general, larger subreddits, but cast your net a little wide and experiment and play. You want to be like, it's cliche to say, but you want to be the big fish in a little pond, especially if you have a niche, or even just going off of like, what are your characteristics physically? What's your personality? What's your body type? Any of those, that already funnels out people who won't be interested in you and only funnels in people who will be interested in you. That's a good thing, my friends. It really is. It's great. Okay, I'm gonna look down. It's a sin, I know, I don't care. Okay. So that's my theory on evaluating if a subreddit is right for you. So the other thing you have to consider when you're picking out subreddits to join is the verification process, if there is one, and the actual rules of the subreddit. So subreddits can get super spammed by creators, and so depending on the subreddit that you come across, they may have some really strict verification rules or actual posting rules. So there are ones where you have to have like a gender tag in your title, your age in the title. You can't, they have, just like OnlyFans, they have a list of restricted words. And sometimes they'll tell you what they are, sometimes they won't, and you have to figure it out, just like on OnlyFans. So you have to go in and look at the verification process, look at the posting rules, and decide if you can remember them and abide by them. Because if you can't, then obviously you're gonna get banned from that subreddit. So kind of a general rule of thumb for me is, because verification is such an annoying, painful process. It's terrible. It never gets better. It sucks. And we have to constantly be looking for new subs. It's never gonna go away. So be a little picky when you're looking for subreddits, and if you have like a moderate interest in one, but the verification process is like kind of intense, shelve it for now. set it aside. You want to like analyze, do you think you're a good match for it? And do you think that you'll be successful on it? If you do, and if you're really interested in it, then you go through that verification and you put in that hard work to get verified. Like I said, when it comes to rules, they can be too intense, and it's really frustrating when you're posting and you're giving your time doing your promotion and you see another ban. So when you're evaluating these subreddits, look at the rules and make sure you can follow them, and you don't have to like spend 3 minutes every time you go through a round of promo in order to make sure you're following the rules. I have a bit of like an organization strategy where different subs, whether they cross different niches or not, are actually in the same buckets in terms of like posting rules. So you'll see subs where you can only post once every 24 hours, or you can post 2 photos every hour, or something like that. Like there's all kinds of rules. There's rules on nudity, what you need to show, how much you need to show. For me, I post in a lot of like alternative and punk groups. You have to actually have or nerdy subreddits. Oh, that's the one I should say. You have to have more than just a pair of glasses on, right? So you have to be interacting with like your freaking Star Wars helmet that I'm looking at on my dresser that you can't see right now. You have to be engaging with those communities because they want authentic content for their members. So if you live in that and that's your world and your space, jump into that subreddit. So you want to be looking at all of those things as you're evaluating these subs. Because like I said, verification's really hard. It takes a long time. Definitely do it in batches, by the way. Like take 20 minutes out of your day, because also verification, I had to do this one a couple days ago where I had to hold a spoon with a crumpled piece of paper with like 3 bits of information on it. And I had to do like 3 different poses at different angles and mail it. Oh, no. I had to make an Imgur collection and send them the link in their like mailbox. So they have moderators, right? It's called mod mail. You send it to them. It's ridiculous. I joined, because I'm from St. Louis. I live in St. Louis. I think people on my other socials know that. I don't know if YouTube knows that. But I had to get verified in a St. Louis group, and I had to use my little crumpled piece of paper, and I had to hide all of my personal information and show just the Missouri at the top of the piece of paper. Like, it's hard work. So be discerning in the subs that you pick. Okay? All right. All right. Sorry, I have curse words on my notes. What's it matter? I'm not making anything on here. I don't care. All right. Second topic, how to search for subreddits. I have 2 methods for you that I would like you to use. The first is searching within, actually both are searching within Reddit. So the first one is using their search function. When I first started out, there was, it was suggested to like Google like aggregated lists of different subreddits and stuff that you can start to post on and things like that. The problem with those are, and I use them for, my first like 30 or 40 subreddits that I was beginning to like post in and try to build some traction in. And I liked them a lot at first, but you realize going from site to site that the lists are almost identical everywhere you go. So you're not really finding new information. And also every other new creator is also doing that Google search and using those subreddits. So a lot of times they're just super oversaturated. So I would say kind of nip that in the bud. Don't give it too much of your time. You can start in some like pretty classic ones. Like you can use those lists to start off if you're not feeling like you have like a lot of terms to use to search for yourself yet. You will think of more and more and more. My suggestion, like I said, do keyword searches in Reddit. you want to type in whatever you're gonna type in, and you wanna look for the red NSFW tag on the subreddit, and that'll tell you that it's, you know, obviously a not safe for work one, or, you know, a sex work friendly one, or whatever. So you want to search for keywords. I'm going to list a few of the ones that I use and a few of the ones that you can potentially use. And some of these, there's thousands of subs. Like, there's so many. You'd be surprised how large some of these communities and how much people desire specific characteristics. Like, you'd be really surprised. Okay, so let me list some of the ones that I use to search. I use freckles, freckled girls. Those ones are great because they really like you for like the authentic beauty of that physical feature of yours. So think of things like that. Think of like yourself and, you know, what you organically have that people are just naturally attracted to. So I love those ones. Love those. Nerdy, geeky, dork, alternative, neon. I've talked about it. Search by body type. Search for, like, if you're like a natural hair, like if you grow out all of your natural hair. There's so many subreddits, bro. There's so many. It's great. There are tons of fucking people out there who love that shit. They love it. There's some weirdos too. Sorry, I was thinking of that, and then I thought, like, I have some like underwear subreddits that I'm part of, and like, people get weird, yo. Anyway. Hairy, small boobs, big boobs, saggy boobs, thick, thin, petite, fat ass, you know? Like, the most minute characteristic you can possibly think of. Like, dude, nude selfies, there's a ton of subreddits, and people freaking love them. Like, if you look a little extra cute or a little extra sexy, you're gonna pop off in those subs. They're great because everyone can join them. Everyone likes them. People just like to look at nude people. It's great. So something like that. There's ones for like specific poses, like girls bending over. Like, I kid you not, man. Anything you can possibly think of. Selfies, whether it's safe for work, not safe for work selfies, anything like that. There's a whole world full of those. And those are really great because, again, it shows off you. Tattoos, piercings, goth, e-girls, alt, tomboy. I mean, anything you can think of. Like, I imagine thick lips, big nose, bushy eyebrows, like anything you can possibly think of. I'm part of one and it feels kind of weird, but it's called Pale Girls. Most of the girls in it are not pale. Most of them are tan, you know. As you do, you push your limits in all of your subs. But like, it's freaking weird. But there's so much potential. So use those keywords and really dive in. The second is, once you find subreddits that really match who you are and all of your traits and characteristics, and that you're excited to post in, go in and scroll through them and try to find some girls that look really similar to you, and have a lot of the same traits. Go to their profile. Girls who are like succeeding on that subreddit, girls who are popular and like their posts are getting really hot. Go to their page, scroll through their page, look at their content, look at their captions, see what's working for them, and do some studying. And then also, another benefit when you're on their page, you're absolutely going to find some new subs that they're in that you haven't found yet, and you can join those subs. I think that's it. It's just kind of, I wanted to give like some super specific information on how to find subreddits that are gonna work for you in terms of converting followers into fans and people who like you into fans. All right, I'm so excited. I hope you guys enjoy and find this valuable. I will talk to you so soon. Bye.